So this is a good measurement of how many genuine flat earthers there are around the world, based on who is prepared to actually front up money to back up their convictions. So there's this guy, his name is Kelsey. He runs a channel called 7-4 Gear. He's actually a 747 pilot. His channel's pretty big. He's got nearly 900,000 subscribers. And apparently he's been found by the flat earth community, and he's been harassed by the flat earth community.
Apparently some people in the flat earth community are not a big fan of my channel. They've called me a fraud, among other mean things. And you know I'm super sensitive, so it's time for flat earthers to put their money where their mouth is.
And he decided, screw it, I'm actually going to charter a flight that'll prove it once and for all whether the earth is flat. So he's decided to organise this flight that would fly from Argentina to Perth, which would have to cross Antarctica. A flight that apparently, according to the flat earthers, would be impossible. So he's got this idea, he's going to charter this flight. He's set up a Kickstarter fund to fund it. It's going to cost him 1.5 million US dollars to do, because he's flying, they're getting a 747, and so it's a fairly expensive thing, but it's got a whole 747 worth of seats. So, you know, if the flat earthers really had, had their guts and were actually really believed their bullshit, then he should be quite easily to be able to fill this plane, because people would be famous and they'd be able to have a fantastic holiday on the way. They'd get to spend some time in Buenos Aires, spend some time in Perth, fly across Antarctica, see the ice wall. It'd be fantastic.
I'm going to be honest, flat earth people, there's a lot of people who don't think you all will raise the money to do it. I'm hoping that you do, because I want to go on the flight, I want to make the documentary, I want to go to Perth.
But when it came down to it, he could only fund 3.4% of the required amount. So Kickstarter in Australia, it shows the amount in Australian dollars, so the $1.5 million turns into $2.14 million Australian, and he was only able to raise like 72.8k Australian dollars, so that's 3.4%. So yeah, pretty pathetic effort from flat earthers. But I'd also like to know who this bloody guy was. So yeah, Kelsey in his video put a screenshot of this guy who promised, said he was looking to donate 300,000 pounds sterling to someone that could fly him from Buenos Aires to Perth. But obviously this guy never showed up into the Kickstarter campaign, because 300,000 British pounds, 300,000 pounds sterling is 25% of the funding required, and then he got 3.4%. So he's all mouth, this guy, like most bloody flat earthers. You know, you complain, oh, Kelsey's not talking to me anymore. Well, it could have been quite easy to find, where Kelsey's where Kelsey's Kickstarter was, and you could have fronted up the money, but you didn't even bother to pledge it. Kickstarter, you have to pay up unless the thing gets funded, so it would have cost you nothing to bloody pledge the money. Absolutely pathetic effort.
A lot of people who don't think you all will raise the money to do it